You're listening to the IBJ Media Podcast Network.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. I'm Gary Dick. Greenfield-based Photon Automation, which produces automation and robotic systems for advanced manufacturing companies, is expanding with the launch of a new division. Photon Energy will provide contract manufacturing and development services for the battery and energy storage industry, says CEO Bill Huffman.
That really launched us into the technology behind batteries and all the processes associated with building those battery assemblies. I mean, if you're tasked with building the equipment that builds the battery, you have a very good understanding of what goes into that process.
U.S. News & World Report is out with its annual rankings of the best U.S. high schools, and one Indiana school has maintained its position near the top. Nearly 18,000 schools across the country were ranked this year, and Signature School in Evansville held on to its number 2 spot on the list. It's the only Indiana school included in the top 100, and you can see the complete list at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. Longtime utility consumer counselor William Fine is leaving his post at the end of the month, setting up an opportunity for Governor Mike Braun to have a direct impact on utility issues in the state. Fine has led the Office of Utility Consumer Counselor since 2017. From the state's number 1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. East Central Indiana is on the move, and the next big conversation is happening in Muncie. Join us for Innovate East Central Indiana at Ball State University, September 17th. A powerful afternoon of ideas, innovation, and insight, part of the Innovate Indiana series, presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. We're talking talent, technology, and transformation, and what's next for the region. RSVP now at ibj.com/innovate. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita is standing firm in his assertions that he did not engage in dishonest or contradictory behavior amid charges from the state's Attorney Disciplinary Commission.
Rokita vehemently disputed the most recent charges against him in his response Friday to the Commission's complaint. Obtained from the Indiana Supreme Court, Rokita's answer stated that his press release following his public reprimand for comments he made in 2022 about Dr. Caitlin Bernard did not contradict the original conditional agreement he made with the Commission, and that he did not engage in dishonest behavior or misrepresent to the court in the agreement. Taking it a step further, the Attorney General's response also claimed that the actions by the Commission violate not only the First Amendment, but the separation of powers and Indiana's anti-SLAPP statutes. The Commission filed its disciplinary case against Rokita on January 31st, accusing him of backtracking on the conditional agreement reached in the Bernard case. Also, the Commission charged him with providing false statements to the Supreme Court in an affidavit. According to his recent answer, Rokita still does not deny the comments he made in that 2023 press release, but he does deny that those statements contradicted his agreement to accept responsibility for his misconduct. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The Kentucky Public Transportation Infrastructure Authority has authorized the financial plan for the final section of the I-69 Ohio River Crossing Project, connecting Evansville and Henderson, Kentucky. The agency also approved a resolution to enter into a bi-state development agreement with Indiana for future construction. The Ball State University College of Architecture and Planning will take up the first floor of the historic Columbia Theater building in downtown Muncie. The university says the space will serve as an anchor for immersive learning, student-designed coursework, and university community collaboration. The 5,000-square-foot space will house the college's studio courses in landscape architecture and urban planning. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.
What happens when a basketball superstar changes the course of an entire city? I'm Mickey Shuey, and in Beyond Clarkonomics, we tell the story of how Caitlin Clark's arrival to the Indiana Fever sparked more than just sold-out arenas. It's rewriting Indianapolis's long-term strategy for sports, downtown growth, and women's leadership. Listen at ibjpodcast.com or on your favorite podcast app.
On the go? So are we. Get the IBJ Media app, your all-in-one news source for Indiana business news. Get breaking news alerts, read every story from IBJ, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Lawyer, and listen to your favorite podcasts all in one place. Big news, small screen. Search IBJ Media and download the app today.